All right, Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. And Shalom to you brothers pushing this truth. I'm Karata Zakbar back with another show. And this show will be a three-part series based on Genesis, the 49th chapter, and 11th and 12th verse. So I'll be focusing on those two verses, and I'm gonna break it up into a three-part show. So we're gonna get right into the first part, and this part will be focusing on in Genesis 49:11, where it speaks about binding his foal upon the vine. All right, so let's pull it up and let's read it. Well, let's start from verse 10. Well, we're pretty much gonna be focusing on the first part of verse 11, but I'm gonna start from verse 10. So it reads, Genesis 49:10. It says, "The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be." Yes, all right. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, because what? Judah is the head tribe. As you read up, it tells you that Judah, whom thy brethren shall praise. All right, because Judah was the head tribe in the ancient world, but what? Eventually, the split came, and the tribes fell. The tribes went into captivity, and so now with this truth, the Most High waking the tribes back up. It starts with the head tribe, Judah, and it starts with this truth, because you had our elders who passed on, our Bavivans, which this truth came from, which was a man of Judah. Okay, you had King Mashar, Elder Ariah. So this truth came about through the men of Judah. But ultimately, the Most High is going to establish the tribe of Judah back as the head tribe. Okay, the scripture speak about the Most High, raising up the tabernacles of David that was fallen. Okay, so the tribe of Judah is going to be established back on the top. And ultimately, in the kingdom, which is Yahweh Shah is going to issue in that kingdom and set everything back in order. All right, Judah being back the head tribe, King David ruling as the king once again. So the Most High is going to bring everything back in order how it's supposed to be. Starting with Yahweh Shah coming back and delivering the tribes, which represents Shiloh. Okay, and he's going to set everything back in order. So it says, "The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be." Yeah, and Yahweh Shai is going to gather up the elect from the four corners of the earth and set everything back in order and set the tribes of Judah and the tribes up in the kingdom. Real quick, let's get Psalms, the book of Psalms, chapter 60. Psalms chapter 60, verse 7. It says, Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim also is my strength of my head. Judah is my lawgiver. Yeah, that's right. So that's the Most High. He's gonna gather his tribes, and then Judah is his lawgiver. So Judah is the one who's gonna the lawgiver is the one who makes the the decrees. All right. So Judah is gonna be that head tribe. Verse 8, Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia triumph thou because of me. And what? So these nations, these are some of the nations that's gonna go into subjection under us. And in the kingdom, they're gonna have to what? We're gonna govern the earth, starting with Judah, the head tribe, the lawgiver. We're gonna govern the earth. And these nations are gonna have to follow our laws. Okay? So we're gonna make the decrees, and these nations are gonna have to what? They're gonna have to follow suit. So let's go back to Genesis 49. Genesis 49 and Genesis 49 and 11. So it reads, binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's coat unto the choice vine. Yeah, that's right. So this represents when Yahushua came riding on the foal or donkey unto Jerusalem when he came into his people. Okay, but it says binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's coat unto the choice vine. That's right. So he came that riding on that donkey, which a donkey, which represented Yahushua coming in a form of lowliness, and a donkey represents is a symbol of peace. Okay, so he binded that foal or that donkey or that symbol of peace unto the vine, and the vine represents Israel. All right, starting with the tribes of Judah, starting with the house of Judah. So Yahushua binded his peace unto Zion, or unto the Jews, because he came to bring peace into them. Real quick, let's go to Isaiah to prove what's divine. Isaiah the 5th chapter. Isaiah 5, I start from 1. It says, Now will I sing to my well-beloved a song. Salakia. It says, Now will I sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved have a vineyard and a very fruitful hill. And he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with the choice vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it shall bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. Yeah, that's right. So the Lord planted this vineyard, which the vineyard represents Israel. Okay, he planted them in what? In the land of Israel. Okay, and it's supposed to bring forth grapes. It would have brought forth wild grapes. So, and that represents what? The Lord's people transgression against his ways, not walking in the ways of the Most High. So verse 3, and now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could I have done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, it brought forth wild grapes. And now go to. I will tell you what will I do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up and broken down, the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And that's what happened. So the Most High took away, his protection, the hedge, which he took away the protection from his people. And we was able to be devoured by these other nations and broken down, and our temples being destroyed, us being destroyed as a nation. So the Most High allowed that to happen because we broke his law, statutes, and commandments. Verse 6, I will lay it waste, and it shall not be pruned. It shall not be pruned, nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no more upon it. Yeah, so, and that's what happened. So pretty ultimately, the Most High brought those curses upon us. All right. We was destroyed as a people. We were destroyed by our heritage. We didn't have the knowledge of, of our heritage, of the Most High. And the Most High did that to us and brought those curses upon us because we transgressed his laws, statutes, and commandments. So verse 7, it says, the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And I look for judgment, but oppression, and righteousness, but behold, a cry. So that's right. So the vineyard of the Lord is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. So Israel is being referred to as a plant, okay, or a vineyard. So going back to Genesis 49, read that. Genesis 49, verse 11. So it says, binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's coat unto the choice vine. So the vine and the choice vine was the house of Judah at the time, who Yahushua came into. All right, when he came on the scene, and he came into Jerusalem riding on riding on a donkey, or an ass, or a foal. He came riding to Jerusalem to his people, but he came riding on a donkey, which represented, which was a symbol of peace and lowliness. Real quick, let's get the account. And so Yahushua, he binded his peace unto the vine, which is the house of Judah at the time. Okay, so like he tie a foil unto the vine. He binded his peace to the Jews. And what was the peace? That what he came to deliver the nation of Israel. Okay, he came to bring salvation to Israel by eventually Yahushua dying on the cross and making peace between the Most High and Israel, so Israel can be accepted again by the Most High and receive the kingdom. All right, but let's get the account in Matthew 21. It says Matthew 21. I start from 1. It says, and when they drew near into Jerusalem and were come to Bethphage unto the Mount of Olives, then sent Yahushua 2 disciples, saying unto them, go into the village over again against you, and straightway you shall find an ass tied, and a coat with her. Loose them, and bring them unto me. And if any man say, it says, and if any man say aught unto you, ye shall say, the Lord have need of them, and straightway he will send them. All this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, tell ye the daughter of Zion, behold, thy king cometh unto thee, meek, and sitting upon an ass, and a coat the fall of an ass. Yeah, so it says, tell ye Zion, which was divine, that that king cometh unto thee, meek. So Yahushua came into them lowly and sitting upon an ass, which represent, a symbol of peace. All right, because Yahushua, they was expecting, the Jews, they was expecting the king of the Jews to come. So, a king would usually, make a great entrance, riding on a horse, which a horse represents power, and coming in a, kingly apparel. But Yahushua didn't do that. He came lowly because it wasn't his time to rule. It wasn't time to him to be, to rule as a king. Yahushua came lowly and came to, bring peace and, salvation through him, and to bring his people back into the Most High. So Yahushua came meek and lowly. All right. And that was he showed that meekness by coming lowly, riding on a donkey. Well, let's get the prophecy in Zechariah chapter 9. Zechariah 9:9. It says, rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass, and upon a coat of a foal of an ass. So there it go. There's the prophecy. So he came unto Zion, lowly and meek. All right, because to bring salvation into the Jews. So going back into Genesis the 49, binding the foal into the vine which is the Jews, and he brought his peace unto them. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kwakudash, the bonds of the apostles GMS, and Shalom to the elect. Shalom.